Here's a simple interest equation that looks a lot like one of the problems you saw in your mastery exercises, or you will see. I've been given some values. Principal is equal to 10,000. Ah, I made some money. The future value is 14,000. I must have gained $4,000 in interest, right? I did this in 3 years. What they're asking us is, what is the rate? What rate did I have to make that much money? Well, in this case, we want to solve for r. How are we going to do that? Well, this is algebra, folks, and I don't know how much difficulty you guys are having with the algebra part of this. If you are, let me know. I can get you some resources. How do we do it? Well, let's just do this problem. I like to plug in my values. So future value is 14,000 equals principal 10,000 times the quantity 1 plus rate. Rate, oh, that's our unknown, isn't it? Yeah, rate times time. Time in our simple interest equation's got to be in years. It was given to us in years, so we will put in 3. All right, how are we going to solve this? How do we get r by r itself? Well, what we're going to have to do is, first of all, distribute that 10,000 on the left-hand side of the equation. Sorry, the right-hand side. So 10,000 times 1 is 10,000 plus 10,000 times r times 3. 10,000 times r times 3. I'm kind of mixing up my brackets there. Doesn't really matter though. Okay, now that I have these two pieces separated by a plus sign, I can get rid of that 10,000 or move that 10,000 to the left-hand side. How do we do that? Well, what we're going to do is subtract 10,000 from the right-hand side. And when we do that, that 10,000 goes away. However, when we do something to one side of an equation, we have to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm also going to subtract that 10,000 from this side. And I'll be left with 4,000 equals, what's left over here? Simply the 10,000 times r times 3. I'm going to combine the 10,000 and the 3 to make those two 30,000 times r. And now I'm getting close. We still have to get r by itself. And now that r and 30,000, sorry, 10,000, no, 30,000. Now that those two are multiplied together, we can get rid of the 30,000 by dividing this side by 30,000. And now that 30,000 cancels, and we're left with r on that side. But when I divided one side of an equation by 30,000, I have to divide the other side of the equation by 30,000. And now we have 4,000 over 30,000 is equal to r. I'm just going to turn those things around so it looks a little bit more like we like to look at things. I also know I can do some canceling. I'll divide both top and bottom of that fraction by 1,000, and I have 4 over 30. I could have left it as 4,000 over 30,000, just more zeros to punch in my calculator. And now when I do punch that into my calculator, I'm running out of room, sorry. 4 over 30, 4 divided by 30 is equal to 0.133. Does that look like a rate? Well, it doesn't have a percent on it, but that's okay. It's the decimal version. It's what we always put into and get out of these equations, the decimal version of rate. So we want to calculate that to a percent. Usually we do. Let's see, going from decimal to percent, I need to multiply by 100 or move 2 decimal places to the right. 1, 2, there we go, 13.3%. There's our answer.